Bodegas Fernando Dupont Pasacana Red from Argentina, 2010 vintage. Hey folks, how are you? This is Steve Fahey. I'm one of the buyers here at the Wine Library, and I'm going to tell you a little bit of story about a wine that I found that there's a little bit of history to this one. So, first and foremost, this wine isn't going to sell on the fact that it's 92 points. Stephen Tanzer himself gave it 90 points. It's not going to sell on that. It's not going to sell on the fact that it's at 2,500 meters above sea level, that the vineyards are actually located 8,200 feet above sea level. That's not going to really it's not going to sell on the fact that the wine is gorgeous, like on a rapturous level. That's not going to sell the wine. What's going to move this wine is the discount you're going to hear about with this particular release. This had a $66 release price. I'm not going to tell you what the eventual price is going to be because you have to click into the email to find that one out. But the reality is at $66, this is drinking like a high-level Argentinian red. And here's why. So first of all, I have my props because it's hard to convey a sense of flavor profiles for wines like the 2010 Bodegas Dupont Pasacana, because the reality is that this is growing up in kind of volcanic soil, sort of like this, as well as a little bit of sandstone up there. There's actually quite an array of soil types in this particular vineyard site. Like I said in the beginning, 8,200 feet above sea level. This is a wine that actually I tasted a few months ago at a tasting, and I heard the release price and I was like, you know what, I can't sell wines at that $66 price point from Argentina. Especially a wine that doesn't have that much of a name recognition. But then this part came back to me and gave me a price I really couldn't refuse. So at the price you're about to see it at, and the discount percentage, let me just tell you something, you're not going to want to be able to pass this one up. So, briefly, flavor profile-wise, you have a whole bunch of things going on. You have coconut-encrusted chocolate, strawberry, honey-roasted pecan. Parmesan cheese is really my lunch, so I'm just going to keep that for myself. Strawberries, of course, and some of the stones to kind of really give you a sense of the mountain vineyards that this is located at. The reality is that kind of altitude provides a wine, or produces a wine that is incredibly snappy, good tension, unbelievable complexity, great concentration of fruit, and aromatics that'll just make your eyes roll to the back of your head. So I'm going to give you a quick little sniffy sniff, to quote one of the great Gary Vaynerchuk. So on the nose, right off the bat, I mean, this is a wine that has been in barrel, I should say, for a few years now, 2010 vintage, so it's got beautiful evolved black fruit, red fruit, blue fruit, not balsamic, but beautifully toasted fruit. Oh my god, this is like crazy. There are threads of like lavender and kind of mountain laurel that you get on the nose on this one. Oh my god. So, this is unlike most other Malbecs that I've ever had, and I'm sure it'll be unlike a lot of the Malbecs that you've ever had. Old vine Malbec, grown at very high altitude with a smidge of Cabernet Sauvignon and an extra dollop of Syrah to kind of flesh it out and give it additional complexity. On the palate, this wine is sublime. Good, racy minerality, palate-drenching black fruit. You get your chocolate, you get your strawberry, you get even coffee. I put a little bit of like a sample coffee thing here because you get cocoa, coffee, mocha. That's not only from the earth, but from the oak barrel aging. It sees 18 months in new French oak, so this is not a lightweight. This is a powerful wine, beautiful snap, beautiful purity of fruit, and I think that's because of the altitude. It sees a lot of natural sunlight, and the vines really kind of soak in that sunlight, so it provides a wine with optimal ripeness and balance that's impeccable. So, you should not pass this one up. The 2010 Bodegas Dupont Pasacana, Malbec-based blend, predominantly Malbec, and it is a stunner. Grab this one, folks, especially when you hear about the discount. Cheers.